I'm building a rollover hoop so that I can flip my Lotus on its side and find and repair any damage or dings. Oh, and I will find some. Or this isn't Soup Classic motoring. I'm working off the rough outline of a frame I built some time back to flip the VW bus you saw in the intro on its side. This one's the same 40mm box section and general shape, but otherwise it's altogether smaller. And because the 2.0 version of me will cut corners just to get this car driving, I'm not doing frills like casters or brackets for ease of storage. The 40mm box is overkill here, by the way. If you saw the last episode, I weighed the body. Check that out for a bit of fun. And thanks to everyone who commented with their best guesses at the weight. Surprisingly few got it right on the nose, so well done Christian Poldmetz, Piriha and Malcolm Young. They nailed it. But if you got a heart beside your comment, you guessed in time and within a few kilos either side of the 45kg body weight, and I'll send you a sticker set if you drop me a line from the about page. Anyway, I need to brace these frames so that they're not pulling out of one section of the shell excessively. So I'm going to continue sanding some bodywork at the front of the car to properly assess the body mounts. These are the two foremost points where the body mounts to the chassis. There's an aluminium pad glassed into the bodywork, and hands up, I knew there was damage to the offside one, but I didn't expect what I found. Not only is the near side one weak in exactly the same place, but you can see where some work was done on both sides with a grinder or sanding disc by the witness marks in the bodywork adjacent to the mounts. Maybe this was factory finishing, who knows, but it and the well around the mount have been filled with a hard resin I can only assume is some sort of gel coat. And when I looked underneath the car, I could see daylight coming through. This area is super thin, and obviously a weak point in the body. It must be something to do with how the car had to be laid up in the mould. I ground out what I think is aluminium oxidation from between the pads and the fiberglass, and my idea is to run resin back into the gaps later on. We'll circle back to these later to see the full extent of the damage, but for now, bracing points they ain't. I was really just making it up as I went with the rollover hoop, and lifting the shell up onto the first angle made it clear straight away that the side beams were way too long. There was no way I could lift the car over the balancing point, well, certainly not by myself. So I shortened the side bars and then attached some new beams that would hold the car upright. Well, the concept is proven, but yeah, that front beam isn't touching down. It's sitting at an angle because that's the shape of the car. I'd like to straighten it and obviously get it to share the load. After a lot of head scratching and remeasuring, I realised one mounting hole had gone off course despite me wasting the time to centre punch it. I tried my best to keep them away, but the bracket gods got me in the end. This bolt is where I'm going to brace the rear roll frame. It's conspicuous because of the lovely flat head it has. You'll see other underbody bolts as we go, and they look porky by comparison. The exhaust runs through this area though, and maybe that's why, lest the bolt foul the silencer. It's passing through the body to a steel bracket on the other side that braces this rear valance section to the slam panel of the boot lid, where you can see the boot latch through the hole someone cut in the boot floor. We're going after that hole in this episode, but I literally forgot to get a shot of that bracket for you. Anyway, that bracket can get lighter and the bolt itself is inspirational. It's tight like a tiger. See what I did there? When I painted my camper conversion beige grey, a funny person commented that it was the same colour as an artificial leg. Well, this is the natural colour of the Esprit's gel coat. Prosthesis pink. This is the only bit under the whole car that is neither covered in dirt, oil, glue or paint. And the plan has always been to spray the whole bottom of the car black, but now that I've seen this, I'm starting to have cold feet. While we're here though, let's take a little sightseeing tour of the undercarriage. The sills are riveted in and they're coming off soon because, well, it'll be a better job for prep and paint, but also because a common problem with this era Esprit is the handbrake mount. It's bolted through the bodywork of the inner sill, but works loose over time, and the only fix is by reinforcement, generally done by getting in behind the outer sill. Moving forward, let's look at those foremost body mounts. The aluminium insert is easier to see from this side, and having easy access will help a lot. Here's the big one. The car's third owner had a tip in it and had it professionally repaired. The overall finish is good, but now that we can see everything underside in detail, there are some clear issues. The biggest of which is a large crack, still here from the crash, and then some areas that I wouldn't call finished. To be fair to the repairer though, this would have been done working overhead, which can't have been easy or pleasant. This is the mount for the spare wheel tie down, and you can see the outline in the front floor. The thick bituminous sound deadening is one of 3 pieces in the car. The other 2 are on the other side of the bulkhead in the cabin. I'll be weighing this bit in a forthcoming Patreon behind the scenes update, but for now, it's where the underbody strip out starts. I've read numerous posts online asking where the correct line for the satin black skirt the Esprit S2 wears is. Well, thankfully, there's one little remnant of it on my car. Major head scratcher averted. It's amazing how much clearer everything is from just a good cleanup. My hands are raw from it, by the way. It was a couple of days work. And there's not that much to do, but for the grand finale this time, I want to tackle what I think will be the easiest repair, the A4 sized hole someone cut in the rear floor to get access to the transmission. This is a scarf joint, and the rule of thumb is you bevel the edge of your repair back to a distance 12 times the thickness of the material. So the fiberglass here measured 4.5mm thick, 4/12 is 48mm, I made it 50, and so I'm sanding the edge back to 5cm. That gives the joint sufficient bonding surface to make it strong and feather the repair in seamlessly. Theoretically. I add that word because, you know, not a professional. That last measure I took, coming out at just over 1mm, was to see how thin I'd gotten the edge. Not enough, as it happened, so I kept sanding until the edge got so feathered it started to look jagged. The method here is weigh the chop strand mat you've pre-prepared for your repair size, multiply that weight by 2.3 and you now have your weight of resin required. 2 to 3% of that figure is your weight in catalyst needed. I went a little over on the resin and then split the difference in catalyst, adding just under 2.5%. These figures take into account the ambient temperature, and because that has dropped lately in Ireland, the figures can be a little bit higher. The camera is super flattering to this. It's not nearly as seamless or flat as it looks. I didn't get the scarf consistent all the way around when I sanded it back, but I can flat it back once it's cured. If it cures, that is. I might have gotten everything wrong, and maybe this will never go off. I've been home editing this video though, so I know no more than you do. We'll find out next time, and all going well, we'll tackle that big crack in the front and pull the sills off to fix the handbrake mount. As always, your support is what keeps this channel and my work going. It is my daily work and I'm paid by my patrons, so thanks to Keith Doran, Colin Young, Henry Fast, Shane Chalk, Scott Lenhart and Stephen Lipp. If you'd like to help keep me off the streets, you'll find a link in the description to all sorts of options, the best of which for me is direct subscription via PayPal, and I send you little behind the scenes updates in your email. That's it for now, save to give a massive thank you to my old shipmate Bill at Custom Composites Ireland, who gave me the Fiberglass repair care pack. Thanks dude. Until next time, stay stuck in, and good luck.